Okay, hi guys, welcome back. This is my second video I wanted to do with you guys about what to expect your first month. Like, what are some realistic expectations? What are some realistic, like, just what's real, okay? And I'm so sorry, it's a little noisy. Again, I'm sitting out back. Okay, so let's set some realistic expectations. There is a saying here called pole pole, which means slowly, slowly. Guys, Africa's not America, and the people here are not like Americans. There is no such thing as personal space. There is no such thing as coming out here and knowing the language like after day one. And the way that they do pricing and stuff is different than in America, okay? So let's set some realistic expectations. Relax, take a deep breath, get to know your surroundings, get to know the people, and immerse yourself into the culture. Maybe take a week and just nap, okay? But some realistic expectations need to be that there are no expectations. Timing is not a thing here. It is pole pole. You are gonna want things right away. Because why? In America, it's called instant gratification. We get everything instantly. You want a coffee, you go to Starbucks, you get it within 5 minutes. You're hungry, you want a burger, 2 minutes through a Wendy's drive-thru. Oh, you're craving something, you just go and get it. That's not here. That's not here. Their fast food is not fast food, okay? They're cooking it fresh, local, from farm to table. It'll take an hour at least. And that's for fast food. You want a juice because it's fresh pressed? Okay, then you're gonna wait 30, 45 minutes. Why? Because they're juicing the fruit right in front of you. You want a fundi to come and fix something in your house. A fundi is like anybody who does like work. They say they'll be here in the morning. Morning for us is what, 8 a.m.? Their days don't start till 9, okay? So the fundi may not be there till like 11 or 12 because they have tea time at 10:30. So they say they'll be here. Oh yeah, I'm on my way. It'll take an hour or two. Am I saying it's right? No. Am I saying it's wrong? No. I'm just simply saying that it's their life, it's their culture, it's their way of living. I'm not gonna come in here and automatically expect them to be on my time. I'm going to try and understand and try and adapt, but I'm also going to try and set some realistic boundaries, which is, hey, I have to be somewhere at this time. Is it possible for you to be here before then? No, it's not. Okay, awesome. What about this time? Please, can you be here at this time? And I give them like a 30-minute window grace period, okay? Because the thing is that communication is lacking over here. And sometimes if we just step up and do a little bit more of that communicating, I think it might help. So, setting those realistic expectations that not everything's gonna be on your time, that you have to kind of understand their timing, the way that they do things. And they're gonna look at you possibly and think, oh, they know how to speak Tanzanian, da 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 da. They'll understand, and that's not true. So you just have to remember, like, hey, kidogo Swahili, you know a little bit of Swahili, I'm learning, okay? So that's it. The other thing is, know your surroundings, know where you're staying, know where is the local pharmacy, where is the local market, where is the local, like, who do people use to fix things if they get broke? Who do you call if something were to happen? Where do I go from here? What you know, just knowing your surroundings, getting to know the people in your environment. That way you're not stuck in a position to where when we got here within our first week, I'm so thankful the kids had us pack a 50-pound suitcase full of snacks, right? Let me tell you, we lived off of that for the first week, okay? Because your girl did not know I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know the prices at the markets. I didn't know any of that stuff, right? So that brings me to the thing. During that first month, get to understand the prices. Start learning the Swahili numbers. You can learn Swahili before you come, but it's also kind of nice to learn it while you're here with the locals, you know, and with people, because they're helping you. But get to know your prices, get to know the numbers of what things are, because that'll help you a lot. Because now I know, like when I send my dada out, or when I send out our boda to go get me something from the market, I know, okay, I can give him this much and I'll be expecting this much back. Okay? So get to know the prices of the food so that you're buying accordingly, because I thought I was buying accordingly and I'm like, oh, I bought so much food, and then all of a sudden like it's gone, but it's because, ooh, your girl I didn't budget it well, and I didn't know what I was buying, and I didn't know any of that stuff. Now that I've been here for some time, I know what my family eats. I know how we cook. I know how I make some American dishes. I know how we eat some Tanzanian dishes, but I know now what they like and what they don't like, and so I know how to budget and price accordingly for that. But it took me a couple months to get there, right? So you want to get to know the prices. You want to get to know how much are things per kilo, because it can vary. You know, I get a pound or a kilo of potatoes can be 1,200, 1,200, or it could be 1,400. So knowing that variable there helps you kind of budget for your family, but also helps you to know, like, oh, okay, like this is what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need this many kilos, which is gonna cost about this many shillings. So it's really, really loud. I'm so sorry. And getting to know the markets too, because some markets you're gonna find prices are just a little bit cheaper. Some markets aren't. Some markets you're gonna find are gonna have fresher produce. Some markets aren't. The other thing is supermarkets are different from markets. So at the market, you're only gonna find your fruits and your vegetables. Maybe there'll be some things there, like they might have some seasonings, some spices, coconut milk, beef masala, chicken masala, some like pantry items, and there might even be just a small grocery market right there that'll have, like, you know, just different things. But you are going to need to go to the butchers for your meat, or the supermarket, the large supermarket, to get like household things, meat, frozen meat, toiletries, toilet paper, water, all those things. You're gonna find it. You're gonna be shopping all over the place. Let me just put it that way. Okay, find a butcher that's reputable, that has good meat. The meat here is tougher, so take that into account. We just slow cook ours so it's soft. The kids love peanut butter and jellies, grilled cheeses. I make pasta, spaghetti, nachos. When you find tortilla chips, because where we're at, we don't always have tortilla chips. So I literally stocked up and got a whole bunch of tortilla chips. And that's the other thing when you're out during those first couple months. If you see an item that is like, oh my gosh, we had this in the States, I really want it, or I've missed it, I really like this, stock up on it, because you don't know when it's going to be back. About the water, you can't drink the local water unless you boil it first. So if I were you, I would suggest buying water for a little bit and then maybe switching over to boiling water. I do both. We do bottled water because we have a filter that makes it, or like a thing that makes it cold and hot, because my husband and the kids want like ice cold water. So we boil water and we buy it. I cook with local water. I make rice, beans, whatever it is, because it boils first, so it kind of cleans it. And we haven't had any issues. We have been sick once, really sick, and that was only a few people in our family were sick. Not malaria, it was what they called the flu, which was just like, we had a day of a fever and then like 3 days of just not feeling good and recovering. Right now everybody's going through allergies, but it's because it's allergy season here, so we're just getting used to it. So yeah, that's what I would say. What to expect the first month is expect things to not be on time, or people to not be on time. Expect things to take a little longer. Give yourself some grace. Give them grace, because you're the newbie coming in. And just have a little extra patience, and just set some realistic expectations and realistic goals. Maybe a little bit more of communication. Maybe, you know, giving people the benefit of the doubt, just because of the fact that you don't know, do they even have a phone? Does their phone have service? Does it have credits? Like, just understanding that you don't know where you're at and they don't know you, but they're not living any differently than they did before you got there. So just be patient and start to learn the language, start to learn your environment. Take the time to rest from your jet lag, from your travels, and start to just immerse yourself pole into their way of life. Because the thing is that things will fall into place slowly, okay? So that's what I just wanted to touch base on with the second video for you guys. And as always, if you like this, subscribe and give me a thumbs up.